Hello everybody, I'm Mohammed Sadiq, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about my exchange study abroad program. So I was part of the YES program, which is called Youth Exchange and Study Program. This program was sponsored by the United States Department of States, who started, to bridge the cultural gap between Muslim countries and America. And as part of YES, I was then assigned to AFS program, which is American Foreign Services, which on behalf of YES helped me, get a family and stay here. So the reason I chose YES and then YES chose AFS was because that was the only option available to me. Because where I am from and the school I went to, they had this program, and I was just very lucky to be at the right place at the right time, and people guided me towards this. And YES program was, like I said, was started by the U.S. State Department. It was sponsored by the U.S. State Department, so technically the only country I could go was United States of America. But I know AFS does a lot of other programs too. So in terms of application process, like I said, I got very lucky because the school I used to attend in Pakistan was a private school which had a partnership with YES program. So within my state, which is called Gilgit-Baltistan, my school was the designated center or test spot for the YES program. So every year, 2 to 3 students from my school used to attend the YES program, and it was a very common thing for students to do. My friend did the program before me, and he told me about the program, and being in this school, I was aware of the application process very well. So it was, what helped me was the counselors in my school and former alumni who I knew through my school networks. So for someone that wants to apply for a study abroad program, I will tell you it is very daunting. It is very nerve-wracking at first to live away from your family and everything at a very young age. But I will tell you this, nothing amazing will ever happen if you don't venture out of your comfort zone. To feel magic, to feel something amazing, you have to get out of your comfort zone. An exchange program is all about getting out of the comfort zone. You are not going to grow as a person. You are not going to do anything, amazing with your life if you don't venture out of that comfort zone. So my advice for anybody is, you need to get out. If you want to be special, if you want to be different, if you want to experience something in your life, get out of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. In comfort zone, nothing is going to happen. Your comfort zone is kill you. That's what my teacher used to tell me. My country experience was amazing. It was just incredible. Cultural shock at first, but I think it was unique. I would say that was just what made me, molded me as a person. Because think about this. So I come from a very small town in North Pakistan. It's called Gilgit-Baltistan. It's a very rural place, right? Kind of conservative. There's not a lot of people. Everyone knows each other. I'd not even properly seen Islamabad, which is the capital, and now I was in Atlanta, Georgia, in America, living with a very liberal family. So you can just imagine a semi-rural guy going and living in a very urban setting in Atlanta, Georgia. So it was a blast. It was kind of like drinking from the fire hose kind of thing. You were just all of a sudden uprooted and exposed, and you have to adopt sink or swim kind of deal. So that's what I would advise people. Just shock yourself, and then slowly things will, you'll understand things better. But yeah, applying for exchange program, like I said, it is the best thing you can do in life. One of the best things to grow as a person. Now I have an amazing family. I have 2 parents basically. My host parents are like my parents. They attended, my wedding. They were part of my wedding, and I would not replace them for anything. So I've had a lifelong relationship with them. I'm close to them. I'm married now, and my wife knows them too. So, and they know my parents too. And it's just an amazing experience. You have a second set of family, basically, and the things that you do, the things you experience, and the amount of growth you face. Your skills, communication skill, getting out of comfort zone, being able to connect with people, and being able to experience cultures. I think you're not going to get that anywhere. Whether you go into university, whether you go in college, you're still going to be surrounded. But getting out at that age, at that time, and exposing yourself, living with somebody is very different, and you will really grow as a person, like 10 years in that 1 year amount of time, and you will be different. You'll have a very different perspective, and it's just some lifelong friendships and relationships. So some of the don'ts and do's and don'ts, obviously you have to respect and not be judgmental about other people's culture. And at the same time, you have to go with an understanding that some people have biases, with regard to certain things that you do in your culture. So as long as you take out the biases from your side and understand where people are coming from, I think the whole process is very smooth. For example, what I'm saying is that if you go into a different culture, a different country, and see people doing things in a certain way, don't just assume that they're doing things wrong or it's bad. If you get in the cycle of thinking and judging, that becomes very tricky and will ruin it. So go with an open slate and understand where people are coming from, because they don't know your culture, they don't know your religion. It's not good or it's not bad, it's just different. That's the mentality you gotta have. So unique experience that I had was obviously, when I first got here. There's a lot of unique experiences. I can't just put the whole thing into one unique experience, but one thing that would really define is, like I said, I come from a very small conservative rural family. I came here to live with a very